Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, Casey. Hi, Erica, Cornelia. Hi, John.
Hello, everyone.
John, my co-host.
Hi, Johnny.
Hello.
Hello.
Perfect.
Oh, co-host now. That's exciting.
Welcome. Yes, we'll be starting in a couple of minutes. Let's give everybody a chance to join. Maybe grab your favorite beverage, juice, water, tea, coffee. And salute to you. Cheers.
Shall we pin your video, Elena?
Sure. Which video?
Your video.
Welcome, Rupa, Ronny, and 310. Like Los Angeles, Beverly Hills. You're okay with all the fires over there that you guys have been having. Sorry about that. Hope you're safe and your loved ones are safe.
Okay, I think we're pretty much time. How many people are waiting for, Elena?
So let's see. Yeah, let's give maybe one more minute. Several more than the RSVP, but we'll be recording it. So I'll start the recording in a second, just in case anybody wants to listen. And yeah, I'll mute everybody for now, and then you can share for a better recording and audio quality. You can share whenever you want. Welcome, Agostino. Great. Somebody's excited.
Sounds like some celebrations.
Perfect.
Okay, shall we get started? This is the first time you and I have been on a call together ever, Elena, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
Hey.
It's always the first time.
It won't be the last, huh?
No. Very good. So we want to welcome you all, and we are Coach John and Elena, both Europeans, but we're international and work with every country and live everywhere in the world, citizens of the world. And some of you know one of us better than the other because you were either on the Freedom First call in the morning or in the evening, depending on what time zone you are in. But somehow you all made it today. We made it happen. The fact that we went in daylight saving maybe helped. And so, John, go ahead. I know you had something special for them, a special question.
Well, just as we come back and reintroduce ourselves to you all, really wanted to ask you what have been your wins since you finished the last week of the Freedom First coaching program. Even if you haven't, what have been your wins over the last week or the last few weeks? So you can type this into the chat box, share with us some of the wins that you've had because of Freedom First coaching or just generally over the last few weeks.
Yeah, any victories, successes, anything you want to acknowledge.
Big or small. Yeah, big or small.
Yes. For those of you in the United States, this is the month of Thanksgiving, where you express your gratitude and you share with others your talents, your time, any other resources you may have. So maybe John, you can say one of your win.
I will say one of my wins, actually. It's not related to Freedom First, but it is a big win for me. I have a few, actually. I just recently, since we finished the coaching, won a public speaking competition in Malaga. That was very exciting. And just this weekend have been at a big business networking meeting, an international business network meeting with an organization I belong to, where I've made some really amazing contacts and lots of exciting opportunities coming up there. I love networking.
Congratulations, John. And John and I are accountability buddies. We coach each other, and weekly, and we've been doing that for years, and that has definitely had a huge impact in my life, in his life, and I couldn't have it any other way. John is such an amazing coach and support. So thanks to the strategy meetings we have weekly, I've been able to plan my next vacations and exotic vacations that I'll be taking. And who knows, we may be able to come visit some of you. Australia is next.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, we have a few replies in the chat box here. So great. Let's see if Cornelia's seeing more news articles to do with investing. Ronnie's an extra month of semi-passive income. Wrote 2 modules for online training and masterclass. That's fantastic. And Rupa, not a trainer, but finally launched my first online workshop on topic profit from your knowledge. I love it. Something that you postponed for months and idea to implementation. Well, great stuff. You did that within 4 days with 4 attendees and they loved it. Well, fantastic. My first ever workshop, I had 2 people and one of them was a friend that I'd asked to be there. So 4 people is good. It's a good start. Well done.
Great. Make sure you record everything so you can repurpose it and use it later. Yeah, some of you are with us in other programs, right, John?
That's right. Yeah, with the Secrets of the Multimillionaire Trainer as well.
So this is all great because you can use all this combined knowledge to catapult you higher and higher, and new heights, new levels, new horizons in all the different areas of your life. And of course, in Freedom First, we focus primarily on finances, money, your active income, your passive income. But as you know, and as you've learned from John as well, everything, your money is just a reflection of how much you grow inside. And so the more knowledge you get in other areas of your life, environment, spirituality, personal, professional development, then the faster you'll be able to apply to your finances as well. And yes, John? It
is the most critical element. I think having the money sorted, is very hard to focus on any of the other things in life if you're stressed about money, if you're wondering whether you're going to be able to afford your food or your rent over the coming months. So it is essential to get that sorted, get the money management in place and get things where they need to be, and then grow and learn. Now, Elena and myself, maybe some of you as well, we've done all of Harv's courses and programs. As well as many other things outside of that. And they've all combined together to help us grow and learn and develop exponentially. But we couldn't have done that if we hadn't taken care of the money side of things first, right?
Definitely. So good job, everybody, with all these great successes. And also, John and I wanted to ask you if there has been any challenge. We're here to help you overcome and support you and see if there's any questions, if you've been stuck with any of the topic we presented in the 8 weeks of Freedom First, or maybe related to that, or in your life in general. So you forgot to start the recording, 1 second.
Do you see it, or do you want me to record?
No, it is recording. Okay, good.
It is, okay.
So this is confidential. It's just among us, just for to help us improve and for educational purposes. So everything you share, even if it's in a group setting, is confidential. Yes? We're all here to learn from one another. So the question is, I'll type it here. For everybody. John, you can ask. You can say with your nice British accent again.
So what hasn't been going so well? Where have you been feeling stuck or blocked? Where may we be able to help you get a bit unstuck, or at least give you some advice as to what other people have been doing? Now, I think we'd like to maybe hear directly from you rather than just in the chat box. So let's get people to come and click on participants and come and raise some hands so that we can actually come and have more of a conversation. So we want to make this much more of a sort of fireside chat kind of call. That's why there's no slideshow. It's just going to be all of us chatting together. So if you click on your participants, you'll see who's on the call. All you need to do is click on where it says raise your hand, and so we can come and take some shares that way. So we have a hand up from Casey. We'll come and start with you. Let's see some more hands up. Don't be afraid with this. If you feel it's awkward typing or speaking out loud, then of course type into the chat box. That's fine. But let's come and chat with Casey to start off with. So Casey, you should be unmuted.
Oh no.
Oh no, let's try that again. We almost did.
Yes,
are you unmuted now? There we go. Now we can hear you.
Great. Hi, Johnny.
Hello.
The biggest challenge I've found is actually implementing all this stuff and trying to figure out how to, on a daily basis, create some kind of structure and discipline around applying it all. Because to be honest, looking back on it, it's all so overwhelming. It's hard to know what to do little bit by little bit.
We cram a lot into 8 weeks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, it's like, whoa. So yeah, how do you actually go about implementing it?
Are there any specific aspects to that, or is it really just very generally?
Well, generally, but the one thing that I have been able to grasp is the JARS system.
Great.
Because it's a very simple process that's very clear what to do. So that I implemented when it was past the course, and then I've stuck with that. The rest of it, which is all a bit more think about things, come up with your own ideas, all that sort of thing, is really hard to know how to structure an approach to that.
Yeah. Shall I go first, Elena, and you can
yeah, go for it.
Give your response. Okay. So we cover a lot of ground in 8 weeks, and we really don't expect that everyone's going to be able to make progress in all of those areas that we've worked on in a very short space of time. We just want to get people starting thinking in those directions throughout the program. So I would say if your active income isn't great right now, that probably is the first thing to work on and get sorted out, and the rest will be what you build on over time. So you can at least be thinking about or learning about some investment possibilities, building up your financial freedom account, building up your active income. Most importantly, Half teaches to focus on your big rocks, get your big rock sorted out first, and then have the other stuff on top of that you can have. I've heard him say this many times, and it really is something I need to hear all the time. You can have everything you want, but you can't have it all at once.
Right.
So don't worry that if you're not getting as much progress as you might want, or if you're trying to work on all these different things, being focused on some particular areas is going to be much more beneficial for you. But it's still good to have these other things at least in mind, and some idea of where you may go with them when you're ready. So for example, when you're ready, if you're not investing and when you're ready to start investing, you already have strategy and some ideas from the call of how to get started with that. So do it when you're ready. Overwhelm is something we generally do to ourselves, really. So the best thing to do is to simplify what you've got going on, focus on what's most important right now, and don't worry too much if there's more that you want to do that you don't have time to do right now.
Oh, that's great. I think prioritizing is that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Do you have anything to add to that, Elena?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. And great, John, great summary. So, Casey, I want to acknowledge that you did implement the money management system, the JAR system. That is actually the core of the program. And believe it or not, I'm not going to pick, actually, I think I'm not going to make any names, but some people take years to, they're getting private coaching with us, and with all our best reminders and efforts, they have these blocks, and they don't implement the money management system in a long time. So you did great. You did the most important part. So now continue reviewing in your tracker, and if you get in private coaching, of course we will help you with that. Continue and renegotiating each expense. Keep renegotiating it every few months. This is for all of you. We do the same. John and I do the same, because even if you shave off $10 per expense, combined it could be $300 a month. In a year is $3,600. You put that in an investment that doubles it and keeps compounding. You're going to have $4,000 extra minimum every year just by picking up the phone and calling your utility company or internet or insurance or any loan, mortgage, student loan, and renegotiating those rates, which by the way are going down. So you should take advantage of that. All of you. Yeah. Should do this. Yeah.
Always speak to your financial advisor and find out what you're putting through that you can deduct for tax as well.
Assuming you have a financial advisor.
Well, if you don't, then get someone who can get you a bookkeeper or an accountant. Work with someone who can can help you with figure those things out.
Thank you.
I mean, you're in the UK, right, Casey?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot you can claim back if you're running, especially if you're running your own business, if you're registered as self-employed, or even if you have a part-time business. When it comes to tax, so long as you get properly registered, it's worth finding out what you can actually put through as well. So it's not all. I mean, you have to consider cash flow as well, of course, but you want to make sure that you're claiming back everything that you're entitled to.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Has any of you not implemented the JAR system? And then I'll answer Shannon. We'll take one each, John.
Yeah.
Has any of you just let us know just for us to, there's no, we're not
here. You can send a private message. We won't say your name.
We're not here to
send a message privately to me or Elena.
We just want to know. Where you're at so we can better support you. Okay. Yeah. So it's okay if you haven't fully implemented, but that is the nuts and bolts. That is the ABC. That is the foundation, like the foundation of a house, to become financially free. It's tedious at the beginning, and it can take you a month or so. When you are in private coaching, we can help you expedite the full application and implementation of the JAR system, so then it works without you by itself. But don't think you can skip that part, okay? There's no way you can become financially free without a money management system. There are no ways. And this one that John and I have used for ourselves to become free is one of the easiest out there that we know of, if not the easiest. And that's what we have used with all our clients that have become financially free. So please, we want to support you, Rupa, to work the other jars or accounts too, not just the FFA. Shannon, implement all of them, go to the bank, negotiate, open all these accounts and start working it. And Rupa, sure. So I'll answer Shannon.
Can I add to what you just said first?
Please.
So we work with people a lot, all the time, really, on these things about the implementation process. So we may have some slightly different approaches on how to do it, but I agree essentially that it is the foundation. And I will admit, I am not the best person with figures and finances. I was a real mess before I started doing money management. I was one of those people. The only time, I was saying this to a client earlier, but the only time I knew what was in my bank account was when the bank fined me for hitting my overdraft limit. And then I'd go, oh, right, yeah, I guess I know how much isn't in there right now. So that was pretty terrible, right? But it really was. And also that thing of, well, what's the point if you haven't, I was negative money. What have I got to manage? And it's only when I started actually doing it that things started to change. And believe me, it had to be a simple system for someone like me to do it. Otherwise, I'd never have stuck with it. It's not exciting initially. It's one of those things that you just have to kind of deal with it and take it on, and make it so habitual that it's just what you do, that you don't have to think about it. It doesn't become one of these, oh, I have to do my money management. You just do it. You just get on with it. You don't have to do it all the time. You don't have to do it every day or every week. Once you're in the habit of it, you just have to do it regularly and keep a check on where things are. It's not as painful as it sometimes looks, especially when you have a whole big call like we had that was all based around that. If just getting started is challenging, then at least open your financial freedom account. So you've got your current account, have your financial freedom account, and then build on that, because that's the most important one for you to have. And then you're on your way. You've started. If you have to do the others with envelopes or physical jars, great. You've started.
Sure. Very good, John. Thank you for being so precise. Yeah. That detail. So everything is connected. So all your questions, of course, are connected. So we'll all help out, and please feel free to comment. So Shannon is talking about efficiency of time. Yeah, time and money are the biggest resources we have, and if we want to get more, we gotta manage what we got. If we don't know how to manage what we got now, it's kind of hard to get more, right? So what has worked for our clients is, so ideally you save 10% of your income in your savings. We call it FFA, Financially Freedom Account, and you invest it, ideally in passive income investments. With your time, you do the same. You put 10% of your time, so what is that, of your working time, so that may be, I don't know, an hour a week or so. You can start there, half hour a week even, keep it consistent. Maybe it's every Saturday morning at noon, or you pick a time when you're more relaxed, and dedicate it to your financial freedom, fully implementing the JAR system, renegotiating each expense so you save more and you can invest more and become financially free faster, or maybe researching new investments. Yeah, and maybe starting a new business, which will bring you multiple streams of income. So does that answer your question, Shannon? And John, feel free if you want to share out loud, Shannon, you can just raise your hand. Oh yeah, you're unmuted. Does that answer your question, Shannon?
Yeah, I think it's because I'm self-employed, and that's the thing, is that you feel like you never get a break. Right? Because you're always, even if you have downtime, you feel guilty for watching TV, you feel guilty for just doing simple things. And I have a really hard time with not feeling guilty, like, oh, I should train. This is an opportunity for work, or should I call this person, or should I do that? And it's like, I was talking to my son yesterday. I'm like, buddy, maybe we should take Monday off because you're out of school. And I'm like, but the reality is, like, I don't know how to take a day off, right? Because I go like 7 days a week, and I'm like, I don't even know the last day since I started being a life insurance agent that I've taken a complete day off where I haven't made a client call or something. And it's like, I have to find a way to balance life and work. And it's really hard when you're self-employed. My little one's back there. Yeah.
I think it's one of the things we get asked about the most on in other coaching programs and private coaching calls as well, is time management. And it is an essential part of life, especially when you're in business for yourself. And life balance doesn't mean that everything's going to be as perfect, especially if you're in early stages of a business. But the reality is, as Harv says, if you're in a business that you can't take yourself out of at all, you don't have a business, you have a job. So the only way to move out of that is automation and systemization, right, as much as possible, to have things to be things like clarified on what's actually most important, what generates income, what actually swallows time that you could delegate what options do you have for virtual assistants, for interns, people who might be able to help you at very low cost or free, take tasks away from you that just swallow up your time and give you some time freedom back. We talk about financial freedom. Time freedom is a part of the journey as well, right? And it's essential. And if you're not getting time off at all you're doing is depleting the battery, and at some point you'll have to. You know, at some point your body's gonna say no more.
Right.
Yeah. And John and I have tools to help you with that specific.
Yeah.
You can look at your calendar and see what can be delegated, what can be automatized and systematized. That's what we do with all our clients. That's pretty easy, and we can look at your specific situation. And this for everybody.
Right.
So make sure you really spend some time calendaring it. Calendaring, and you can email us and maybe send us a screenshot and see what you're doing. You sort of use the same principle of the money management system. Give it different. You know, one is your necessity management, and one is your freedom time management, and one is your play time management, right? And so one. So
you said necessities.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, just real quick. You said necessities, play, and what was the other one?
I mean, just so obviously play. You know, I think you need to do your health. Necessity is your active income, right? Yeah, for your from your business, and then long-term saving for spending could be your marketing efforts that you do once in a while. And then you got your freedom. So FFA. So the FFA in terms of time can be research for new investments, maybe new business development, right? Investment in yourself, education, coaching, reading a book. Yeah.
Thank you. That you can see that's where my problem is. Thank you.
We all have room for growth everywhere, Shannon. So that
amen to that.
But it's always worth asking. And as Hal says, you can get there by yourself, but you'll get there a lot quicker with help. And we believe that too. And we're living proof of that as well.
Yeah.
My journey sped up a lot more when I started working with a coach, and I don't just have one coach. I have several coaches. One of whom is Elena, thankfully.
Yeah, and vice versa. And we want to say, you know, we're really here for you. Luckily, John and I say this because we have new people that came on, so welcome. John and I, luckily, we've done well with our life, and so we're able to do this work and help out and offer it for really almost like a donation, a fraction of the price. To help you guys, and we're really committed to help you and see more people become free. And John and I give a lot to charity as well. That's very important to us. John, you want to take I think Rupa?
Yeah, there's a hand up from Rupa. So I don't know if it's the same, if it's a question we've already answered, but we'll come and unmute you, Rupa, and ask you what your question is.
Thank you, John. I was so looking forward for this call. I stayed up till like 1 a.m. So.
Oh goodness, that's commitment. Wow.
So I think it's mainly, you know, thanks to you. I just talked about one of my wins was the course that I launched. And I was just looking back to my FFC workbook. And in module 7, that was actually one of my to-do tasks for the week. That was a commitment I had given to me. And I was traveling internationally then, and I had literally, you know, done the outline of this course sitting in an airport. And and I could, you know, roll this out once I was back in India. But that's about the online course. However, the place where I'm stuck currently, kind of stuck for a long time, has been my active income. So I run it's a local business that I run for 7 years now. And probably this year, because I'm focusing on building my passive income, so much of time is getting consumed in, you know, the online courses and stuff like that, my aspect for marketing, and this was again one of my shortlisted action items for increasing my active income in one of the modules, was to focus maximum of my time on marketing. And I'm finding two things. One is the time itself is pretty, it's pretty challenging to take out time, as Shannon was also mentioning, as a entrepreneur, getting the time out is very tricky. And second is marketing, on its own. It seems so daunting. And I was wondering if there are any tips that you could give.
Do you want me to go first, Elena?
Well, yeah, we can both go. I mean, there's marketing, talking about time management is something all business owners have to do, whether they like it or not. It's and we in Everest, we have courses in marketing we can help you with. John and I also have separate resources that we can share with you in our private coaching. So we all have to do marketing. You can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it educating others about what you've got to offer them. So, and there are so many ways. We can send you some resources. I think I did a video. It's actually on our Facebook, Harbecker International Facebook, and I put 100 ways you can market your services or products or ideas even. And a lot of them are virtually free, especially nowadays with social media and the power of a network, that's what we have right now. This is a network, what we have among one another. John?
I wanted to ask more specifically, Rupa, what is it you're trying to market right now? Is it your course?
So no, not the course yet. I'm talking mainly from my offline business. My offline business is into events and corporate gifts. And this year I'm focusing on building my other business, which is online courses, but two are separate. One is
and there are different approaches to marketing as well, definitely. And so the first one is corporate gifts. You say it's like people
the swags and events. So it's a very highly saturated market, of course.
Sure. Is it a reasonably established business, or is this new for you as well?
This is my 7-year-old business.
Okay, so you've been going a while. So is it really the case that you feel like you've exhausted marketing possibilities, or is it more that you want to?
That. I'm doing something that is probably I'm not doing something that others are doing. I mean, I do have some good clients like Amazon and Lenovo under my belt, but it's not a repeat business. It's a very seasonal business. So one of the reasons why I started, exploring on the online courses and online coaching as a business was to complement or rather supplement my income.
Yeah, great. I mean, books and courses, online services are great ways that you can turn on the cash taps with those pretty much whenever you want to. So yeah, great. In terms of marketing, I mean, finding the time for it isn't always something. You don't always have to. There are definitely enough experts out there who know really well how to market specific things. So it's sometimes finding those people in your specific area that can give you or even look into what they're doing in your specific areas that are working for them that you can learn from the most. But in sort of general marketing terms, I think the best things to be thinking about are your network. And Elena sort of hit on the thing of working together, you can get a lot more done. Joint ventures are one of the best ways to grow for anything that you're getting started with, and can really help you out a lot. And it's a lot of what you're talking about, especially in the product side, is relationship marketing as well, which is undoubtedly more powerful. Because if you start getting into all the Facebook marketing or Google marketing, it is very daunting. It's huge areas that you will need a lot of help with. But the actual face-to-face stuff and utilizing networks, and even networking in my business networks here in Valencia, I'm connected with maybe several hundred digital marketers and people who really know what they're doing on all sorts of different platforms. So I can go to any of them for specific help, and I can also go to a number of different people for joint venture possibilities. as well. These are just simplified ways of doing marketing, more personalized ways as well. It's better, I think it's better these days to be exploring the things that not everyone else is doing, especially when you're in a saturated market.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, John. I mean,
You're welcome.
this thing was probably, I was overlooking the power of networking, and I'm so glad you brought it up. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. It's one of the things we're actually waiting to try to bring up every year on the group calls, and I'm pretty sure I did mention it on one of the calls, and maybe could have done so a bit more. But some of the most successful, what do you say, graduates of Freedom First Coaching are people who work together with other graduates, work together with other members from the program, and shared investment advice and passive income opportunities and what they're looking at that works, what's got best return on investments, and coming back with at least you can't research everything, and there's hundreds of options out there. It would be too overwhelming to take a look at everything that's around, but getting just a few of the sort of top options and picking which one maybe applies to you is really going to help you narrow down and take away a lot of the legwork when you share the journey, share the burden of discovering what's out there, and help each other out.
Absolutely. And also this is for all of you. Thank you, John. Very good. Just like since you said you have Amazon is huge on affiliate marketing, and even with Harvecker International, as you all know, we have affiliate marketing. You all should sign up. It's free, because anybody you refer to our programs, you get a really nice chunk of commissions free in your sleep, just for sending your loved ones to the courses you benefited from, so they can also benefit from. So sign up for your affiliate. You can manage it with your email system. You know, I use MakeMember, Harv uses Infusionsoft, whatever you choose. Some are free, but that will help you, Rupa, which is the same as John is saying, JV, joint venturing and affiliate. Yeah. So let your happy, satisfied clients refer you more. This is for everybody. I hope you all sign up for our affiliate on harvecker.com. I'll put it here. It's some really nice passive income for everybody, and it's free to sign up. So great, John. Do we want to do the group the partner share, or?
I don't think so, unless people are already wanting to do it. No, but I think what I wanted to maybe have a look at was some of the other areas where people get stuck, and so we probably covered the most important ones, which were like getting things started and habitualized with the jars, and sorting out what you do with your time, or trying to focus on too many things at once. I would say that it's not just that; it's also there's too many choices, and we kind of set that up in a way, not intentionally, but because we have to cover so much ground. Of that, we get you looking at your active income, we get you looking at passive income, we get you looking at long capital gains investments, and considering all these things, and it's a lot to be thinking about. So one of the best things to do is just, maybe I said it a bit earlier, but simplify things for yourself. Take away some of the choices and be clear on what you can come back to later. And when you help each other out with this as well, you will always need to be brought back to clarity. And I think that's always the thing to look for. If you don't feel you have clarity and you're struggling to get back to it yourself, get some help to get back to clarity, because sometimes it just takes a different perspective, or it takes someone to say, you know what, you could leave this for a while, focus on this, work on this, and get some results here first before you move on to this area of life. If you try and achieve too much at once, like me when I first started out, trying to set up 2 businesses, trying to do 2 different network marketing things on top of that. I was also learning to become an event manager and a trainer with a personal development company, not with Harv, before I worked with Harv. And I was trying to do all these things at the same time, and it was crazy. I'm wondering why I wasn't making progress or getting anywhere with any of it, and it's really frustrating. Until I actually bit the bullet really and said, you know what, some of this just has to go, and maybe it can come back later, but for now it just has to go. And that's when I really started to make progress. In fact, I rocketed.
Yes, he has, and won very many awards for it. So shall we maybe get a sense of what's your niche, everybody? So Rupa is in event planning. Then we've got the lady who shared before, that was Shannon, right? She's in insurance, which is still asset management and money management in a way, right? That's why you have insurances, so you can manage what you've got and not lose it.
Cornelia is in data protection.
Great. What about Stephanie, Ronnie, Granville, Erica, Casey, Carolina, the 310 number? Granville, business coaching, excellent. So that's what John and I are in coaching and consulting and mentoring. So that is called infopreneur. Info education, it's education in the education business, and you all can teach what you know, and you all can have a part-time business in educating others on what you know, whatever that is: fashion, engineering, mechanics, solar panel. Carolina is a student. Okay, Carolina, you can start now with all of this information while you are a student. That's when I started, and that helped me later when I finally made money. Yeah, so I used to use my student stipend from working in student government and being a resident, what was it called? RA, resident assistant in the dorms. My goodness. And I used that stipend. It wasn't very much, and I started managing that. And with the little bit I had left over, I started investing that in stocks and so on. And Erica is in IT. Okay, great. Ronnie is in barista. So okay, but so that will be food. That's always good. But moving to coaching, excellent. Coaching, everybody, is the fastest growing industry after technology. So you can be specialty coaches, absolutely. Rupa, okay, education. So a lot of you are in education. Erica, architecture, and a lot of you are transitioning to a new industry. Sounds like maybe as a result of Freedom First, that allowed you to take an inventory of your life and your passions and what you love and what you know and do best. Yes? Okay, great.
Fantastic. I was just thinking it would be great to have like a week together and work on all the things that you want to progress and move forward. And who knows, maybe that's something we might be able to offer in the future. And we have a freelance barista to make sure everyone's caffeinated for the whole time. So that's
yes, definitely.
That gets me excited. I'm a huge coffee fan. I love my coffee. But great. So this is really exciting to see everything that everyone's working on, and I really think, you know, one of the most important things is staying on track with everything that you're doing. And one of the areas where people do tend to get stuck is the procrastination side of things. And sometimes that comes from overwhelm, sometimes it comes from perfectionism and wanting everything to be just so, or being afraid that things might actually just work out for you or that they might not. And sometimes you have to take a step back and understand that you don't need to take life quite so seriously. Sometimes it is a bit of a game as well that you have to play based on the cards that you're dealt. Understand, especially in the world of investments, where you stand in terms of risk tolerance, because when you're investing, you have to know that. And if you have a really low risk tolerance, you are going to have to work on stretching yourself. If you don't have any risk aversion whatsoever, you might need to rein yourself in a bit. It's not that you have to be right in the middle of that. It's just that you have to be a bit more balanced with it to see more results coming through. But this is that bit of knowing yourself. And so important question to know when you do invest is, could I actually stand to lose this? Could I cope with it? And if you can't, maybe you do need to work on increasing the money that you have available to invest so that you could, because investments aren't guaranteed. Even things that are low risk, you have to accept there may be some risk with it. So these are all things to work on and working on. We talk about Harv talks about your financial thermostat. Did we have a different name for it in the program? I forget. But I mean, your financial thermostat is really where all your thoughts and emotions and your history is set at in how successful you'll allow yourself to be, right?
Yeah.
And so we work a bit on that in the very first call with the mindset and the 72 belief questionnaire, and there's still so much more. You know, I've done that. I don't know about you, Elena, but I've done that questionnaire so many times, and I keep finding stuff.
Definitely, and John is correct. So make sure that you go back and re-listen to all of those modules. You've got them still on the website when you log on as you and replay, because there is so much. There is so much to learn. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think one of the other places where people get stuck isn't having the support that they need as well. You know, we're business owners and we work in the digital market as well, and we know that it can be quite lonely sometimes. That's why I say networking is so important. Is why it's important to have accountability, to have someone who can take a look at what you're doing and say, hey, look, have you thought about it this way, or what are your options here? And someone who is detached and can say, well, here are some things that you might want to consider, or someone sometimes just to say, hey, look, well done, you did really well this week, or someone to say, you know what, you need a kick up the backside right now when you really need it. We need that. We all need that. And so that is a lot of the places where people get stuck, trying to do it all on your own, or thinking that you are saving something, like saving money by not making those sorts of investments and getting the help and support that you really need, when it's actually costing you instead.
Yes. Great. Thank you, John, for the reminder. So let's answer Rupa's question, which sort of ties in and summarizes everything we talked about. So John and I strongly believe in coaching, receiving it and giving it. Okay, we are coaches, we're financially free, we have freedom of time, and we still receive coaching because there is so much still to accomplish in life in other areas, relationships, charity, spirituality, health. So, and you know, each one of you has something to teach. You know, you can call it with coaching, with groups, with a book, with speaking, with whatever vehicle you choose. You know, you all have some unique experience and background that you can be specialty coaches, such as, you know, maybe you're parents of children, and there are different type of children that learn in different ways, some that are born premature, some that have different challenges. Some of you coach sports, right? So children's sports. Some of you own businesses and you need to coach your teams. Or maybe you are in the insurance business, you know. Yeah, John and I were talking about it. Now even banks want coaches, because when you go to the bank and you talk money, they realize that you need more. You really need to get into the mindset. And that's what we cover in our private coaching, because it's, again, money reflects what's going on in your beliefs, like Erica was saying. So, and so on. So basically, you all can start a part-time business in coaching if you want. So for Rupa, who's starting and transitioning into that, you know, you can definitely get a private coach who can help you, and, you know, just model us. We have very thriving coaching businesses, model Harbecker International. So start with one free class. It can be Zoom or in person at a park, library, a venue that you choose. And then from there, you create your marketing funnel. You upsell them into another affordable group package, which is always more affordable. And you can have 8 sessions like we do, or 16, or as many as you want. Then from up there, you know, people are still going to need more support, like you guys, you know, you're still stuck in these areas. Then from up there, you upsell them, upgrade them into one-on-one coaching. And we want to remind you, because we all need one another, we're humans, to thrive. A lot of people, I think John didn't know that, or didn't remember that they could bring their partners in our group calls life partners or business partners for free, no additional discount, no additional cost. So even in private coaching, which will be your next step, there is no additional cost if you bring to the call your life partner, spouse or significant other, and or business partner. You know, it's still the same time John and I give you, and the more support you have from your partners, especially if you keep business money together or your personal money together, then you want everybody to follow the system, so you will advance so much faster. Yeah. So does that answer your question, Rupa? And John, do you have anything to add? Her question was, how do you, let me find it. Any suggestion on how to get kick-started with coaching to become successful?
Yeah, I do a few, and I'll do my best to share them as succinctly as possible. Because, but I think everyone should hear this, whether you're in coaching or not. We're all in some form of coaching. The business landscape is changing, and it's changing really rapidly. We're actually in the midst of a business revolution right now, with AI and robotics. Essentially, the thing that's going on is most jobs are going to be replaced by AI and robots, and that's already happening. There's already jobs that are being made obsolete by that. Now, it does mean that new things are going to crop up as well. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be any work for anyone anywhere. But there are two areas particularly that are predicted to be unaffected, in fact, that are going to continue as growth areas. One of them is coaching, the other and education as well, and entertainment. So I think there is a great way to tie those things over. And I think if you really want to get known as a coach and get ahead quickly, you have to be engaging, you have to be prepared to be speaking, whether that's webinars, live webinars, or whether that's actually in-person events. It's getting up in front of people and being known as a person who has some expertise and some knowledge to share. And even working on writing that book, right? I mean, get your book out there and establish yourself as an expert as well. If you want to do well with things that are changing at the moment, that we're talking about coaching and information products kind of sit at a really nice nexus or niche area between some parts of entertainment, but more education. So it's a kind of a nice mix of both, really, and it's a great place to be positioning yourself right now.
Yes, very good. So are any of you in coaching already, with either with us or with somebody else? Just we want to make sure you get the support, whether it's with somebody else or with us. Let us see in the question box. Okay, Shannon is not. Okay. Yeah, I don't recognize any of the names, so I think.
Do any of you have questions about what would be involved in private coaching that you're not sure about right now?
Yeah, and you can have more than one coach. You know, I have four. I have one for marketing in Europe, because it's a different market than the US. I have one for marketing in the US. I have one for running, and she's actually a marathon coaching. And then I have John, who's my head coach. He looks over all areas of my life, kind of like the head coach that glues everything together. So, and it's a tax write-off. And for us, maybe let's go over it, John. So as we said, there is no extra charge for your partners, and it basically comes down to less than $100 per week, or per 2 weeks if you go slow, if you go half the time.
Yeah, we have a bi-monthly option that would allow you to have 2 sessions a month instead of a session every week as well. But we also have clients I have clients, for example, who kind of use their coaching as a retainer. They'll maybe have 1 hour a month or 2 hours every 2 months. So how you use the time that you get is entirely up to you as well. But it's exclusive access to us, and we give you we give you much more than the coaching is valued at, without a doubt.
Definitely. And so with so you're saying, yeah, how that somebody's asking how it's working. So the I forgot what I was gonna say. You know, it's a really great deal. We hardly make any money from it. You know, we just have to pay overheads, and then if there is anything left over, we usually give to charity. So it's a very good deal. Johnny, can you post the link again in here for everybody?
Sure. Let me make sure I've got that set to everyone.
And so you are grandfathered in, so you get this special deal. Everybody else who comes in new, it's actually more. So you only pay for 8 sessions, but you get 2 extra. And so you can go weekly, which is recommended at the beginning to build up momentum and structure. Or if you're really busy and you're traveling, you can go every other week. But John and I are flexible, like you said, and if needed, we can work something out with you. So with that, you get not only customized one-on-one coaching, you get email support, you get the group, Facebook group to build joint ventures and affiliations, have more accountability and a network. Then I did get permission, John, that we can give them tough love mentoring with Harv included.
Great.
And that itself is worth tens of thousands of dollars.
That's worth the whole cost of this, being able to pose your questions to Harv directly as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's mentoring with him himself twice, 2 hours per month. It's in group, but you can ask questions directly. That's huge. So it's really, I don't even know how we make any money. We probably don't, but
it's slim margins in this program. But I mean, our goal is that, you know, really, if we can help you enough with your development and on your journey to financial freedom, is our hope that you'll want to stay with us and learn some more from us as well, and maybe do some other, maybe continuing coaching, or maybe do some of our other online programs as well. Yeah. You may or you may not, but it's certainly something that you can benefit from in the meantime. The coaching itself isn't so much structured like the group calls, where we don't work through the same thing, but we will work individually on the areas where you are most in struggle, where you have the most pain in moving forward. We'll help you get unstuck first, and then we're going to help you race forward. We want to get you to your successes as quickly as possible. We will be pushing you and cheering you all the way through that journey as well. So that's going to be much more tailored to you. You'll if you haven't already done the questionnaire, we'll have access to that and see exactly what you need. You can update it as well if there's any things that you thought of since you first filled that in, and we're going to make sure that you get what you most need, tailored specifically to you. And that really is the joy of the private coaching option. You can certainly request which of us you would prefer to work with as well, if you have a preference in that direction, and we'll do our best to accommodate that. But the biggest thing is the people that we've generally had coming through one-to-one over the years that we've been running this have gone on to much greater success. We have some amazing testimonials from so many people. Just one I had just recently was from a fashion designer in Hong Kong. So if you're thinking, oh, is this going to work for me where I am? This is a fashion designer in Hong Kong who was almost literally starting out, just setting up her business. And with work and with specific coaching, we got her presenting her business to people she'd never thought of presenting it for, creating international relations that have grown her business and got her into some of the most successful fashion bridal design magazines in the world as well. And to be delivering, I mean, she's a place where she's hardly ever on the ground anymore. She's delivering fashion shows and bridal shows all around the world now. And that happened in less than 12 months with hard work, determination, and some good coaching.
Yes. Yeah, and you can see in the private Facebook group, we have several. We have one for Everest and one for Freedom First. And you can see all the successes of our past clients. And Yeah, so we go with cycle, but you're grandfathered in, so you still have this great deal, which is basically, again, only less than $100 per week or twice a month. And normally we see that with 8 cycles, people do become really close to financial freedom or free. So already, so lots of great results. It's a tax write-off, and you of course will come out of your education jar and account a complete tax write-off. And to us,
I have to say, it's not for everyone. It's not a tax write-off for everyone. In some places, it has to be relevant to your business, so that's something you do need to check out. But for many people, it will be something you can claim back. But what's as well, the coaching isn't for everybody. Private coaching isn't for everyone, because you are going to be we're not going to be doing it all for you. We're going to be helping you to grow yourself, to empower yourself, and to move further along. So this isn't going to be like we're going to give you everything. It's like we'll give you as much as we can. We're still going to expect you to work hard and to push yourselves. You do have to work hard, but you don't have to work hard forever. We want to have you working hard and working smart, so that you can relax more in the future and have that more time with your families, have a complete financial freedom lifestyle if you want, and maybe quit your job completely or quit your business completely. So that's really up to you. But if you're not prepared to put in the work, we're not going to be able to do that for you. We can't deliver it, but we can help you get there.
Yeah. So if you're serious and you have the time to invest in yourself and your freedom, we would start by looking at your tracker, see if you're missing anything, making sure your money management system is working like a charm, is properly and fully implemented, making sure you are investing more, diversifying more. If you have your own business, making sure, like John is saying, that you are managing your time well, you're prioritizing, as our first gentleman from the UK, Casey, was saying, and then eventually you'll be able to automatize it, systematize it completely, so you can sell it if you want and become financially free, or just, only put in as much or as little as you want. So we normally see that. And while you do all of that, we have to make sure all your other areas of life still work, that your health doesn't go down, or your relationships, don't get a divorce or something, that you're still happy. You don't forget about the rest. And so normally in the first year is a lot about mastering these success habits: time management, money management, people's management, energy management. Then we see, John and I see, that usually in the second year, that's where everybody's got some major financial breakthroughs. And then in the third year, you're usually able to systematize everything so that money comes in.
With some people, it's much, much quicker than that as well.
Yeah, true.
It kind of depends on where you're starting from to a degree, and also how much energy you're prepared to put into all of this as well. And it is much more about energy than about how much money you've got right now, because the people always get mistaken with the thinking, well, I don't have that much money right now, or I don't have it's a lot to, it seems, it might not seem that much money for coaching, but it's still a lot to invest right now. The reality is it's not really. It's always going to be about your resourcefulness, and that's just as true, not just with this, but with everything in life and business. It's not about the resources you have right now. It's about your ability to be resourceful and to make what you want happen. In business, you can start a business on a shoestring and be resourceful and create a very successful business in a short space of time. That's about resourcefulness. It's about you. Then it's about digging deep and getting to where you want to be, and we can help you do that. What I say is that we've done this. We've been through this journey ourselves, and we've helped many other people through it. And so we say coaching, but there's a strong element of mentoring as well, because we have trodden a path before you. It may not be exactly the path that you want to take, but we're the people who are further up the mountain, who can help pull you up. And that's what we want to do. So that's really why we set this call up, because we want to help pull you up even faster.
Yeah. So Casey, since you're interested in private coaching, I hope that answered your question. And to answer Cornelia, of course you can start your coaching whenever you want,
Yeah.
But right now you guys are fresh. You have this great momentum from the group calls, and there is no better time than now. We can always then, you know, work it out and just give you a reinforcer, and, you know, if you have a heavy travel schedule, etc., you know, work it out. But we recommend we start now. Also, your grandfather dealing with the prices, but they may change if you wait. Actually, they've already gone up, but you still have this price for now because you just graduated.
The other thing is many of you coaches and going into sort of coaching or educational related things, and you'll, if you haven't already discovered for yourself, when someone says, I'll come back to you later, generally that's not going to happen, because other things start coming on, other opportunities start appearing. Life moves on a lot in a very short space of time, and we all know this. We just don't necessarily think about it right now. So I would encourage you, if you can take action now and you're thinking about this, then do click on the link, get started with us. We have a refund guarantee as well. Like, if you're really not happy after your first session, you can get all the money back. You know, it's like we'll shake hands, part as friends if it really doesn't work for you. But hopefully you won't need that. You know us pretty well by now, and you've had a chance to get to know us even a little bit more on this call. But that's really what we want for you. If you can't get started right now, at least let client care know. They can set you up. They can also tell you if what other pricing options may be available. If you're thinking about the bi-monthly option, it can be a cheaper way to get into the coaching. Not necessarily ideal if you're looking for fast progress and you haven't been in coaching before, because we want to get momentum. That's really, really powerful force in coaching, to have momentum to move forward. But we want to get you started and advancing as fast as possible on your journey as quickly as we can as well.
Yeah, and they have client care. We just gave you their email here, support@harbecker.com. They can split your payment in installments that make it really comfortable and easy and convenient with you. And just to add to what John was saying, yeah, we see it with our clients, the one that take too long to get going, they eventually fall backward. We all need reinforcers. We see it with ourselves, you know, with our coaches, John and I, that if we wait for too long in between sessions, more than 2 weeks, we just tend to slack off. We're all humans and we all need support and accountability. We cannot do it alone. So, and Cornelia, happy healing. Sorry about that accident. Yeah, so with Everest, that's too, Cornelia, it will help. And John and I teach Everest. So we'll actually help you implement everything you're learning in Everest all in one. You will go really fast, like a Ferrari. So there is no better time than now.
Yeah, when we first started the coaching programs with Harvard, the whole purpose with coaching was to take people through what was the quantum leap with the live courses, and now everything's moved online. We have an online version of that, which is the Everest program as well. For those of you who are specifically looking to move forward with your money and your finance and your business, this is going to be the better option for you right now.
Yes. So very good. Well, you have our emails. I think we have exhausted most questions. If more questions come up, please know we're here for you.
Yeah, send us an email. You know, you can speak to us privately as well if you want to have a bit of a one-to-one chat about any individual concerns or about what we'd actually work on and talk to together. Contact us. We'll set that up with you.
Definitely.
We're here to help.
Yes, and we can send you the recording as well. Well, actually, I'll set it up.
Yeah, send everyone the recording. Yeah.
Great.
Fantastic. Are there any other questions, comments, or concerns that we can answer before we wrap things up for today?
I know Stephen joined a bit late. Maybe, I don't know if you have any questions, and a few other latecomers. Welcome. So happy you're here.
You'll all get the recording, so you'll catch up on everything you missed. Okay, great. Well, thank you to all of you. Thank you for coming on the call and giving us your time. I hope we've honored that for you and that this has been some additional value. And for those of you who are looking to come into the one-to-one coaching, we're really excited to start working with you as soon as possible. Those of you who aren't quite ready just yet, we will certainly love to work with you when you are.
Definitely. And great work, great work. Keep it up, whether it's with some other coaching or us.
Yeah, whoever it's with, make sure you have some coaching. It's really vital. It will progress you so much. And some of you said you already are, which is fantastic. And wow, some really great wins as well. So keep them going, keep working, keep plugging away at it. And don't let the defeats or things that feel like failures stop you. Just keep going, and you will get exactly what you need to get. You'll get success. You'll win. You have to keep going.
That's right. Remember, you have all the resources you need at your disposal. Just reach out, ask for help, and continue. You are loved, my friends. Thank you for being here with us. John and I really appreciate you and send you a lot of love.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Good morning, wherever you are.
Ciao. See you soon.